Hey guys, welcome to Cool Album Reviews. Today I'm here with a review of Samantha Fish's Belle of the West, released on Rough Records this year, 2017. I'm really excited about this record because I've been following Samantha for the entire time, from her first album, Runaway. I actually, let me correct myself, I actually heard Black Wind Howling for the first time and got hooked, and I had to go back and listen to more of her stuff. It was captivating to me as an artist myself. She comes from Kansas City, Missouri, which, as you know, there's a lot of blues there, and she's just got her own sort of style, and I like that about her. As you can tell, I'm dressed appropriately for this review. I've got, let me see if I can get it to where you can see it. I've actually got the Samantha Fish shirt on from the Chills and Fever tour 2017. I met her at Murfreesboro Blues Festival in Murfreesboro, Illinois, little town in southern Illinois where I'm from, and very nice lady. I love her to death. She's very sweet, and I will actually post a picture in this video with her that I had the pleasure of taking. First off, this record is a departure from her previous work by a big margin, I think. Wild Heart was more modern blues music, as to where this, in Chills and Fever was the, Detroit kind of Motown kind of flavor. This is more like singer-songwriter Americana vibe, mixed with the Mississippi blues. This really is quite different, but I enjoy it because she has a real approach to what she's doing, and that's really a great thing about songwriters, is there's so many different approaches, and she's got one that's working for her, and it inspires me as a songwriter. The biggest, this opens with a track called American Dream, which is like Mississippi kind of blues. It's all acoustic. There's not much electric guitar in this, which I was a little bit sad about at first, but I grew to like this a lot because I saw the show at the Blues Fest, and she has she's a rocker, she's a chick that likes to rock, and it was just a very energetic show. When this album kicked off, I was pretty surprised. It starts off with like a kind of like a march groove kind of thing, with the drums, and the guitar kicks in, and it's like Mississippi, and then you have the addition of a recorder, it sounds like, doing a hook in the background, which gives it kind of like a medieval kind of sound. And I really enjoyed that myself. And it's quite amazing how the arrangements worked on these tunes. Very great arrangements all the way around, I think. A lot of it is just very well put together. Luther Dickinson from the North Mississippi All-Stars produced this one, and it was recorded at Zebra Ranch Studios, which I hear is is deep in the heart of the Delta, from what I understand and what I've heard. I consider American Dream to be, Mississippi blues with a touch of, medieval sounds because of the recorder. And then you go into Blood in the Water, which her vocal performance is just stellar on this. And the melody is soaked in like an emotional, somewhat gospel kind of vibe to me. It really stood out quite strongly. And then it goes down kind of with Need You More. It's kind of Americana, great melody, and very powerful and emotional delivery. She's really good at delivering vocals, which I just love her voice. So versatile, all the way around. She's just got something that not a lot of people have these days. On to Cowtown, which to me is it's fun. It's a fun groove, resembling like 90s acoustic rock, kind of, from like the Unplugged days. That's what I kind of got out of it. It was really fun to listen to. The guitar solos in that too are simple but yet really hard hitting, in my opinion. It just kind of grabs your soul, which is what I love in a record. I can't sit here and say enough good stuff about this record. It's fantastic. Daughters is another one that actually the whole album is just fantastic, but I'm gonna give you my thoughts on all of it. Daughters is kind of haunting in a way. It's really a haunting melody and a nice blend of the organ and guitar and violin in there, and a really mellow groove. It's a great track. It's hard to pick a favorite on this one because I like them all. Don't Say You Love Me is next on the list, and it's kind of another mellow groove kind of song. Great vocal delivery. A lot of it is really simple. As Mississippi music was, the music of Mississippi is pretty simple, but yet very, very to the point and powerful. And I love what she's doing here. And then we come to Belle of the West, and this one really threw me off. It was more country, kind of. It kind of resembled Shania Twain a little bit to me. The way her vocal came through, it just kind of resembled the sound of like Shania Twain back in the day, which I thought was interesting. Very powerful melody as well. The powerful melody is all over this, and I just really love it. It's a fantastic record. And we come to Poor Black Maddie, which is, I believe that's R.L. Burnside originally that did that, and it's got the real juke joint vibe. It's call and response vocal. And just a really simple blues arrangement. It's great to listen to, and I believe Lightning Malcolm was on that one as well. That was a great pairing, I think. The way their voices blend together is just fantastic. the whole thing, uh, through that thing, I was going back to like the old old days. Even though I'm young, I've listened to a lot of the juke joint blues, and it's really great. The slide guitar is fantastic. Um, you know, in a lot of those uh, old blues tunes, it was just really taking me back to a really retro time in music. Um, rustic simplicity. The simplicity of it was fantastic to me. No Angels, great, great tune. Uh, it's very dark. Great vocal. The harmonies are fantastic. The organ, the way that it all fits together. Like I said, they did a really great job with the arranging on all of these, I think. And it's kind of got a gospel kind of vibe as well. Even though it's really dark, it's got a gospel vibe. I really enjoyed that. And Nearing Home is another one of those Americana kind of vibes. Great harmonies, very emotional as well. She really taps into the emotion really, really, really hard on this record, um, and I love that. And then we come to the closing with Gone for Good. Now I've heard, maybe somebody out there can answer this. I have heard and seen videos of her doing Gone for Good for several years now, live, but I don't remember it ever being on a record. I hadn't heard it before, and I've debated with people on it. Whether it had been on a record before, I don't really know. But I know this one really came across strong because it sounded like a bunch of friends just having a really great time in the studio. The studio banter that starts off the track. And the thing about Gone for Good, the groove is just fantastic, and that riff just hits you right away and gets you going. It's a really great track and a great way to close out an album. Overall, on this album, rating wise, I've got to give it a 10 out of 10. This one is really good, and I cannot wait to see what she does next. It's never it never ceases to amaze me what she does. She's just fantastic, and like I said, she's very real and honest. And when we met her, I could really tell too, because she stayed there until everybody had gotten through and just was really gracious to all of us. And it was a pleasure to have her on the bill at the Murfreesboro Blues Festival this year, back in September. Like I said, I'll share my photo in this video that I took with her. It was one of the greatest moments of my life to see her play, and I cannot wait to do so this coming spring. Looking forward to it, and if you like this kind of music, definitely pick up this album. I strongly recommend it. 10 out of 10 across the board. Production quality, great. Everything about it is just fantastic. Definitely pick this up. And I will leave links in the description as well where you can go buy this album. That about wraps this one up, and we will see you on the next video. Have a good one.